This is pre-calculus, notes on section 3.2, maxima and minima. And we're starting with the definition of the words maxima and minima. A local maximum, and the plural is maxima. I'm sure you've heard the word maximum a lot. I'm not sure if you've heard the word maxima. Maxima is the plural of maximum. So if there's more than one, they are called maxima. All right, so the definition, the graph has a peak at that point. The points to the left and right are lower than it. And then a local minimum, or minima, the graph has a valley at that point. The points to the left and right are higher than it. All right, so we're going to go into, okay, that's all I have there. We're going to go into an example problem. So here is the problem. This is what would be given to you on your bookwork. And then you would have to use your calculator to view it and to determine where the maxima and minima are. Here I have some screenshots of I've already plugged this into the calculator. And we started out with not really being able to tell over here. Not really able to tell where the maxima and minima are, or even view it in that squiggle. If I zoom in, okay, use the zoom in feature, it becomes a little bit more clear where the maxima and minima are. So there's a top of the curve right here, and there's a bottom of the curve right here. And there's no points. The points to the immediate left and right of red are lower than red. And the points to the immediate left and right of blue are lower, or, hold on, that's a maxima. All right, the red one is a maximum. The points to the left and right are lower than it. The blue one's a minimum. The points to the left and right are higher than it. I got stuck there a little bit. So now the question is, what exactly are those points? So let me show you how to use your calculators to find out what exactly those points are. All right, so I'm going to plug in the equation that's at the top of the screen in green. I've got x to the power of 3 minus 2.1 x squared plus x plus 3. And I'm going to hit zoom standard. Take a look at it. And that's the graph that you see on the left that I circled in yellow. And then I said, well, let me zoom in on it. I'm going to hit zoom, choice 2, in. And then I want the cursor to be where it is I want to zoom in. So right now the cursor is at the origin. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I am moving the cursor up to the point, to the place where those maxima and minima are. And now I'm moving it to the right a little bit so that we can zoom in on the area that I'm interested in. Once I have that cursor where I want it, I'm going to press enter. All right, so there's a much better view of my graph. Now what I want to do is I want to find the exact coordinates of the red point and the blue point. So I am going to go second, trace, or the calc button, okay? And number 4 on the list, I'm going to start with the red point. That's a maximum. It tells me the maximum, so I'm going to hit 4. Okay, once you hit one of these functions on the calculator, you have to answer 3 questions. The first question it's asking, if you look at the bottom of the screen, is left bound. So it's asking you, give me a point to the left of that curve. Since there's a possibility for more than one maxima or minima, I'm trying to move the cursor. The calculator needs to know which one you're talking about. This on-screen graphing calculator is slow. All right, so all you have to do is move your cursor enough to the left that you know it is definitely to the left of that maxima. Now it's definitely to the left of that red point on the graph. I'm going to press enter. That's a left bound. Now it's asking me for the right bound, so I'm going to go to the right, and I'm going to keep moving it until I get a point that is definitely to the right of that maximum. This will happen a little quicker on your calculators. I know I'm not patient for stuff like this. Okay, so now it's definitely to the right of that maximum. I'm going to press enter. This is a third question. Now it wants you to guess. So now you want to put your cursor as close as you can to the actual maximum. Okay, and then I'm going to press enter again. All right, so it's telling me the x and y coordinates of that maximum that's in red. What's the question here? Use the maximum and minimum features on your graphing calculator to find the local maxima and minima. Okay, so the maximum I'm going to bring the calculator back up, is at 0.3, I'm rounding to the nearest tenth, 0.3, 3.1. That's the coordinates of the maximum. Now I'm going to find the coordinates of the minimum. That's the point in blue. All right, so I'm going to go second, calc. That's the trace button. I'm going to choose minimum. And again, I have to answer left bound, right bound, guess. I think I learned a little bit better how to do this. I'm looking for the bottom of that curve. So there we go. This is a little bit to the right. The cursor is a little bit to the right of the maximum, but it's left of the minimum. So I'm going to press enter now. If I can. There we go. Enter. Now it's going to ask for right bound. So I'm moving my cursor to the right. Okay. Okay. So this is definitely to the right. I'm going to press enter, and then it will ask me to guess. So I'm going to move my cursor to what I think is the minimum and press enter. It thinks for a second, and then it gives you the coordinates of that minimum. Okay, so the minimum, oh, I switched screens. There we are. The minimum is at 1.1, 2.9. Okay. That's it for that lesson.